had the pleasure of sitting down with Jesse Thompson, branch manager at Allied Mortgage in Boulder. Unfortunately, our sound did cut out a little bit, so the video ends a little bit abruptly, but huge thank you to Jesse for her time and conversation, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, hey everyone. Today I am with Jesse Thompson. She is the branch manager at Allied Mortgage Group here in Boulder and a good friend of mine, and we've had great conversations lately just getting real about real estate and how we really find that it's still a great investment, and so we're here to talk about it. So Jesse, real estate's a large purchase and affordability is a challenge, right? We've got maybe higher interest rates than we're used to. We've got higher prices than we are used to. But why is it so good?
Yeah, it's a really great question. And I am hearing this so much right now, a lot of negativity about what's going on in the market and why it's a bad time to buy and nobody should be buying because it's not affordable. And I actually really disagree.
So let's dive into rates because that's every headline.
Yes.
And, there's 64% of could-be buyers that are out there and they're wanting to wait. And I think a lot of the hesitancy is because of these rates that are higher than we've ever experienced. And they're a little less predictable than they were historically. So let's dive into that.
Yeah, good question. Yes, and that is really a huge topic that obviously I talk about every day of my life. Rates are absolutely, they are the highest they've been in about 20 years, which feels high. I mean, it's a fact. So there's no sugarcoating that. They are higher than they've been. And the real problem, I think, is that we are comparing them against the 2020 and 2021 years where they were the lowest they've ever been in history. So those were very unrealistically low rates. Exactly.
Yeah, a total outlier.
Yep.
But it's something, I'm in my 30s and the average first-time buyer is 32 to 34. And so for this generation of people that are just coming into real estate and just coming into this investment world, that's what we saw. And so we go, how do we do this?
Yep.
So I guess that kind of gets into what is really the cost of waiting? Like why do we still jump at this investment opportunity?
Yeah. So what I'm seeing right now, that really there's three big things that I'm seeing of why it's still a really great time to buy right now in spite of rates. And the number one thing I'm seeing, and feel free to speak to this also on the real estate side, but we're seeing clients being able to negotiate prices down quite a bit. Not in all cases, there's still areas where they're going at full or overpriced, but in general, houses are sitting a little bit longer, and we are definitely seeing a little softening of the market. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. In terms of buyers, there's certain price ranges where the competition is still very high because of our inventory levels, which is another topic we can dive into. But in several areas of the market, we get full inspection items where, 2020, 2021, we were limiting everything, or some people weren't even having an inspection, which is totally bonkers. I mean, you should absolutely be educated on the property that you're buying into, and it's such a large investment. So there's negotiation power, there's fully inspected home that you know exactly what you're walking into and knowing exactly what investment you're making. So that's incredible. But then there's also these things that are seller concessions and, rate buy downs. We hear a lot now, 2-1 buy down, 1-1 buy down. Let's talk just a little bit about that without going totally technical and details. But
so a temporary buy down is a kind of a newer tool. Actually, it's a tool we used to use when rates were higher in the past. But basically what it is, it's asking upfront from the seller to help pay down the buyer's interest rate and payment temporarily. There's buy downs that range anywhere from 1 year to 3 years. And really, it's a bulk sum of money that the seller is giving to the buyer that subsidizes their monthly payment. And so it's a way that we can help it be more affordable for people to buy right now. And I've closed many of these in the last year. And it's a really exciting way to just take that, since it has been less affordable, make it a little more affordable for buyers by asking that from the seller.
So those types of things are things when you have a great agent and you have a great lender and they're looking out for your best interest, can be huge negotiation pieces.
Exactly.
So really, why is it a great time to buy? Well, you have negotiation power. You don't have to limit contingencies within your purchase contract. So you get your home at a great price and you can take advantage of maybe some different credits or concessions that you wouldn't have before.
Yep. And then along with that, as you had mentioned before, inspection items, right? Being able to ask for really big dollar items. I have multiple clients who have gotten new roofs, multiple other items on homes right now. And that's a huge, those are big dollar amounts down the road that they're not having to pay for. So for all those reasons, I'm seeing it is actually a great time to buy. Kind of flipping the switch on why it does make sense to buy right now.
Awesome. I love that. So if after hearing all of those discussion points that we've just talked through, a client says, I'm still going to wait. I'm still going to feel out the market. I'm just uneasy. What is the actual dollar figure implication of waiting a year, 3 years, 5 years?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we have some really cool tools that we're able to calculate some of those exact numbers based on current prices, current interest rates, appreciation rates. So reach out if you want to see those exact reports. But one of the ones that we were looking at earlier today, we were using a $600,000 purchase price. So on a $600,000 house, you and I ran the numbers. And over a 1 year period, the actual cost of waiting was costing people
$36,000.
$36,000. And what that's made up of is how much you're losing out on appreciation of a home. That was about a 5% appreciation per year, which is actually a very average appreciation in Colorado over time. We've seen some crazy runs where we've been in the 20 and 25s. That's not going to happen again soon, but that's a more normal appreciation. So the $35,000 is the appreciation, and then the amount that you're paying your loan down over time are kind of the two main factors in that calculation.
So if you look at like a 3 year period, taking in appreciation, amortization, payments, that's nearly $90,000.
Correct.
So, and that's not even counting what we actually spend on rental prices in the Denver, Boulder area. And I go back to the age old, you can invest your way into wealth, but you can't save your way into wealth. And I just think even more so that's true now.
Absolutely. And those cost of waiting reports show that, right? Those are the 35,000 and the 90,000 over 3 years. That is the actual cost of not buying now.